A very good evening to my dear students and teachers. Welcome to Viswam EduTech Spelling Bee webinar session 6. I hope everyone is doing fine. Before we dive into our session, I would like to say a few words about our national level competition. So first of all, I would like to congratulate our national level winners and excluding our champions from national levels, reminding students, don't feel that you lost in the competition. You have entered into nationals because you are a state level champion. Keep that in mind, and this is not the end. This is the beginning. This is the beginning to so many things. So if you want to achieve, you need to start your practice from today. So here what I'm trying to say is, in our Saturday sessions, in our further sessions, after completing phonetics, we will go through preparation strategy, how to prepare for spelling bee, how to excel in vocabulary, how to get good vocabulary, how to improve our vocabulary, how to get your pronunciations in a correct way. We will discuss through everything, and I will announce the dates of spelling bee competition, when it is going to start, what are the levels we are having, how to prepare for the exams, how the selections will be going on. Everything will be discussed in our Saturday webinar sessions. So stay tuned. Please don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon, because if you click on the bell icon and if you subscribe, you will get the notification. So you need not wait for link. You will get the notification directly from YouTube. So let us dive into our session. In our previous classes, as we discussed, 26 letters, they make 44 phonetical sounds. We have 5 vowels and 21 consonants. So these 5 vowels, they make 20 phonetical sounds among the 44 phonetical sounds. And the rest 24 phonetical sounds, they were made by 21 consonants. So among these 20 sounds which are made by these vowels, we have two partitions. We have monophthongs and diphthongs. We have 12 monophthongs and 8 diphthongs. In our webinar session 4, we have discussed about 7 short sounds. And in our webinar session 5, which is our last Saturday session, we came across monophthong long sounds. So in today's session, which is webinar session 6, we are going to discuss about the 8 diphthongs. So students, what is the definition of monophthong? I'm not talking about diphthong. I'm asking about monophthong. So single vowel, it will make single sound. These are pure sounds. The name mono. What is meant by mono? Correct, single. So the word die. What is the meaning of die? Yes, correct. 2. Diphthong. In the sense, 2 sounds together. 2 sounds combined together to form a new sound. 2 different sounds combined together, they glide on each other to form a different sound. So here, these are the 8 diphthongs we have. So similar to our last sessions, I am trying to compare the sounds with the Telugu letters. So we have A sound, I, oi, ow, o, ia, ea, and ua. So let us not delay further. Let us go through each and every sound. Now, what are the 2 monophthongs? And the one more definition for diphthong is 2 monophthongs combined together, 2 different monophthongs combined together to form a new sound. And here, during this combining, during this gliding, the first one sounds more than the second one. So here if you observe, what is the sound of this phonetic symbol? It's A, right? It is gliding with, what is the sound of this bone of tongue? It is a short sound. So if you practice well, you will be able to recognize it. That is the reason why I say consistency is very, very important. Consistency, regularly attending the classes and practicing them after the classes. And in previous videos, I have observed some comments. Some teacher or student, I don't know, they are asking about practice. Give some homework or practice. So I will be, in our further sessions, after going through all the sounds, we will have 1 or 2 practice sessions. So meanwhile, what you need to practice? You need to practice these sounds, these symbols. You need to be able to recognize these individual symbols. So if you know how to recognize monophthongs, you can easily recognize diphthongs. And again, in monophthongs, we have 7 short and 5 long, right? If you recognize these 7 short sounds in monophthongs, you can recognize these 5 long monophthongs very easily. So if you are able to recognize all the 12 monophthongs, very easily you will be able to recognize these diphthongs. So practice well. So you need to practice what is going on in the session. After the session, you need to practice these sounds. You need to able to recognize these phonetical symbols. So students, if you recognize these 2 symbols, what is the sound this phonetical symbol is making? A, right? A. Here, this is E, correct. So combine these 2. So glide first one with second one. And as I said, the first one sounds more than the second sound. So here in diphthong, 2 sounds, 2 monophthongs glide one on each other, right? The first one will glide on the second one. So here, the first sound, this will sound more than the second sound. So remember this. So A is gliding on E. A, E. I, I. A and E. Together, I. So if you look at the Telugu letter, this is I. So as I'm saying, I'm trying to compare this with Telugu letter for your better understanding. So the words, it's 99% we can match them. The 99% it is the same, but 1%, 2% there is a slight change. So don't go with this Telugu letter. For your better understanding, I'm using these Telugu letters. So what is the sound of this? I. A gliding on E. A plus E. I. So let us go through some examples. I as in my. I as in time. Time. I'm. I. Right? We can find I sound in each and every example. Light. Light. I as in 5. I as in 5. So here we are practicing, we are taking words as example. In our further webinar sessions, we, as I said, we will have 1 or 2 practice sessions, right? In those sessions, we will go through sentence. We will have a sentence and its phonetical transcription. Okay, we will practice in that way. Okay, I hope everyone, you are maintaining a notebook for our Saturday webinar session, so that everything what you learned will be at one place. It will be easy for you to revision, to revise. Yes. So students, I as in child. I as in child. I as in night. I as in smile. I as in fly. I as in bike. I as in right. I as in cry. I as in find. I, right? The first sound is I. So let us go through the articulation.
I, 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 I.
I. So here, don't get confused for this with that phonetical letter. Here, it is making, both are making the same sound. What is the sound of this monophthong, students? A, right? A. A gliding on with E. I. I. For your better understanding, in this video, it is in this way. So don't get confused. Okay? I. I. So if you observe, this is a long sound, right? In long sound, we will have semicolons. So this phonetical sound, it doesn't has semicolon. So what is the exact sound of this? If we have semicolon here, what is the sound of this phonetical symbol? Ah, right? As in father, right? Ah, as in brother. Ah, as in car. Ah, as in jar. So here we don't have semicolon. So that semicolon, it represents long sound. So without the semicolon, this phonetical letter, it is making the sound of this
I,
monophthong. So here
I,
both the symbols, they make the same sound. What is that sound? Simple a, right? A plus E. A gliding onto E. I. I as in my. I as in lie. I as in fly. Students, repeat after me. A as in lie. A as in fly.
I, I.
Okay, students. So here we have the second diphthong. What is the sound of this phonetical symbol? Correct. A. A. A, and what is the sound of this? Yes, correct. E. A gliding onto E. A and E together. A. A. Look at the Telugu letter. A. A as in day. A as in name. A as in rain. A as in face. A as in late. A as in train. A as in play. So here usually we pronounce it as play, day, name, rain, face, late, train, play, eight, right? We pronounce in this way, but here the actual British pronunciation. So why do we know? Why do we need to? If you ask, sir, do we need to pronounce in this way? This is the correct pronunciation, and this is the posh pronunciation we say. So in England, the people, they pronounce the words in this way. This is the actual pronunciation. We Indians, we pronounce according to our Indian accent. So here you are learning the correct pronunciation. So play, ate, A as in cake, A as in cake, A as in game, A as in game, A as in wait, wait, A as in break, A as in break. And one more word, A as in baby, Baby. So the students and teachers, how many of you know this song? You know this song of Justin Bieber, 15 years back. It's very huge hit. Baby, 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 oh right, baby, 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 oh. So in that song, if you observe, Justin Bieber, he will pronounce the word Baby as baby, not baby. It's baby, 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 as in A as in baby, A as in day. And let us move on to the articulation of this sound.
in. Now join them smoothly like this. A, 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 A,
A, A and E together, A. Okay, students, let us move on to our third letter. So what is the sound of this phonetical symbol? Ah, right? Ah, as in law. Ah, as in saw. Ah, as in jaw. Ah. Here we are making ah sound, this monophthong. What is the articulation of this monophthong? It makes ah sound. But what is the organ of speech we are using here? Lips relaxed, jaw. You need to take your jaw down. Ah, ah, right? Ah gliding onto ah, combining with what is this symbol? What is the sound of this symbol? Correct. E. Ah, E. I. Ah, E. I. As I said, for diphthong, no, two sounds combined together, and the first sound which is gliding onto the second one, this will make more sound. We will pronounce this sound more. A, E, I, I. Look at the Telugu letter here. I, I. I as in boy. I as in coin. I as in voice. I as in choice. I, toy. I, point. I, join. I, join. I as in noise. I, noise. I, oil. I, boil. I, soil. I, avoid. Avoid. Right? So now look at the articulation of this sound.
oi, 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 oi.
So here The jaw, you cannot see the complete jaw of her because it's cut down here. She's the articulation is oi, 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 right? Coming to our next sound, what is the sound of this monophthong symbol? Yes, inverted E. Yes, ah, right? Ah. Short and steady, weak ah sound. If you look at the articulation, if you go through monophthongs class, you will get to know. Short and weak ah sound. About, around, agree. It's not complete ah, right? Ah, ah, and what is this? Ooh, right? Ah, gliding on to ooh. Ah, ooh. Oh, oh, oh. The Telugu letter O. But here there is a slight difference. This is here the Telugu letter is O, simple O. But here you need to pronounce a little bit of O, little bit of oo, as in oo pronouncing it as v, v, O, O, O. Okay, O as in go, O as in home. So once look at the articulation, then we will come with the example, then you will have clarity.
O, 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 O.
Okay, O. Usually Indians, we pronounce this as simple O. For example, O as in go, right? Go, home. Little, add the actual sound of O is O. Okay, go, go, home. O as in home. No, nose, nose. Boat, boat. Road, road, road. Coat, coat, coat. Phone, phone, phone. Snow, snow, snow. Show, show, show. Cold, cold, cold. Window, window, window.
O, O.
Okay, this is O, O. Mouth should be little rounded. O, O. Should not open wide. Okay, O. Because why I'm saying this, because in our next video the sound is similar but the articulation is different. This is O, O, O. Look at the articulation. The mouth is not wide open. Simple O. Okay, students, till now we have learned 4 diphthong sounds: A, E, A, E, I, A, E, I. And the fourth one is and oo, ow, ow. So I can teach you all the 8 sounds in this webinar session, but let us not rush. There is a quote, there is a saying, slow and steady wins the race. Let us follow that. So let us not get into confusion. So students, practice these 4 sounds. You need to be able to recognize these phonetical symbols. If you look at a phonetical symbol in your mind, you need to know what that phonetical symbol sounds. How does it sound? What is the sound of that particular phonetic symbol? You need to be able to recognize that. For that, you require consistency and practice and dedication. So let us not rush, let us take it slowly. So practice what we have learned in this session, and in our next webinar session we will go through the next 4 remaining diphthong sounds. So that's it for today, and if you want to watch our national spelling bee competition, the live video is available in our YouTube channel. So please don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon. That's it for today. I am Sarvaraidu signing off. Thank you, students.